Hey guys, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, please hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button because I need you guys to come back so we can talk some more. You get it? You understand? Come on back. There are a million of things to talk about. I mean, I'm 30 years old. Did you bring a savvy friend with you today? Hey new savvies, how are y'all? I am SavoyaLynn. I need you guys to really understand that it's very important to have a support system when you have anxiety and you're suffering from panic attacks. A lot of times people will look at you like you're crazy. People will look at you like, what's going on with you? People will look at you like is she going crazy? What's wrong with her? But the reality of it is you feel the same way they feel. I don't know why people don't understand this. When people think anxiety is a joke, people think anxiety is fake. They think that you're just acting out for no reason when you cannot control it. Anxiety will smack you in the face when it's ready to. Anxiety will come for you whenever, and you won't even know it. You won't see it coming. You won't know how to deal with it if it's your first time. But over time, you'll learn your different triggers and what happens and how it happens. For me, I'm still learning all of my triggers. I don't know my triggers. I just know the feelings that I have and when I'm having them. So that's the only thing I can explain to you guys right now. But how I deal with my anxiety is I listen to music. I write. I've always been big on that. So I mentioned before, I listen to music. I write. I started putting makeup on. I'm not really a makeup person. I'm only like a mascara and lip gloss type person. But mascara is the eyelash thingies. So I used to always just do the mascara and I would do eyeliner. But as you can see, I have really dark circles around my eyes. So me and eyeliner are not friends. I just had to figure out a good eyeliner where I can wear. And I wear lip gloss because my lips are too big to be dry. Like, who wants dry lips? That's weird. I started doing makeup a lot. Like, starting to get into the eyeshadow. Like, I have eyeshadow on today. It's something regular. I'm not a professional or anything like that. I just do it because it's time consuming. It's something to focus on and take your focus off of anxiety. That's what I was thinking about. I started searching all these different things on YouTube and I found different videos on different people having panic attacks, but still researching every single day to figure out what's different, how I can make it work, how I can change it, how I can make my anxiety better, and how I can deal with my anxiety and eliminate my triggers. So, I love cooking. I cook a lot. I'll cook something if I'm feeling down. I may not eat it, but I like to cook. There's certain things I don't eat that I like to make, like cakes and stuff. I don't eat like cakes and cookies and candy. I'm not really a big fan of those things, but I love to make chocolate taffies. I love to cook different foods. I love to bake cakes. I love to make cookies, and I don't eat those things. I may have to have, like, for a cookie, I have to have a taste for it. Like, I have to say, like, I want a cookie. That never crosses my mind. Cake is always so sweet. I don't like the icing, so that never crosses my mind to eat a cake. But I like to do those things. And like I said, it takes the focus off of my anxiety. I love to accomplish things. I love to finish things and fix it and do it because it's a sense of accomplishment, like I said before. So, like, if I was selling taffies at one point, and I'm going to get back to making those because it was a good thing. It was time consuming, though. It was very tedious, but I was able to put me into those taffies. So, like, if someone was to order 10 taffies, I would make sure that I give them 15 taffies. But within those extra 5 taffies, I give them what they want within their order. But those extra 5, I'll do something that probably represents me. Whatever I'm feeling that day, I would give them that kind of taffy. I would give them a different, I can put a picture of the taffy so I can show it to you. A different picture of the taffy for whatever, and like 3 extra taffies of the same taffy. And I do that because something may happen with the taffies that you have and you got extra now. I promote the next taffy because this is the taffies that a lot of people are ordering. So I promote that taffy as well, just in case you have a party with that theme the next time and you want a chocolate taffy, I make that too. So I'm giving it to you, and it's kind of like promoting my business at the same time as giving you what you want, and then giving you extra just in case something happens. So I was really passionate about seeing how people reacted to what I was giving them or doing for them. And for me, that was a way of helping people out. But I'm noticing now that I'm going to get back to that because it's a tedious thing, for one. It grabs your attention, and I'm learning that my attention goes a lot of different places when my anxiety flares up. So I need to figure out what I can do to zone my attention on one thing. And so I'm going to start to do the taffies again. What else do I do? When I write notes, I journal. I always try to write down how I'm feeling at that moment. If something happens to me and I'm really like, I don't have an outlet at that moment, I'll write it down. I have a whole conversation with myself. I'll ask questions to myself within that text. One day I'll go through my book. I'll find a book and I'll find something that I wrote down. I'll read it to y'all and show y'all like how I write things down. And I always say to myself, write it down, read it back, play it back in your head as many times as you can, and you'll manifest it at some point in time. When I started doing the taffies, it was just to do something enjoyable, something just to do, you know. I was still working, but it was something to fill the other part of my time where I wasn't doing anything. And I mentioned what I was doing to my daughter dad one day, and he's really good with building businesses and websites and just different stuff. He's good in the business area, so his mind is always on business. So when I first started the taffies, he's like, oh, we got to get your website and you got to get your name out there. You got to get it patented. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I'm like, oh, wait, stop. I don't even want to do this full time. This is just for fun. And he was like, well, you can make your fun a business. And I just really think that I was so young that I didn't understand what he said. And I was listening to respond and not listening to comprehend. Because had I did that, I would have well on my business by now. But I didn't. So that's here nor there. I just have to see, like I said again in the other video, sometimes you have to drop things to see where you are, to see where you're going, and to see what you want to do next. So I'm probably going to bring them back because I loved it. I was always good at painting my nails and all of that. Now I go to the nail salon. But I used to do nails. I used to polish my nails, do my own designs. I used to clip my nails, clean my nails, put my feet in the little spa thing. I was good at that, and I loved that because it was time consuming. And now talking to you guys just gave me an epiphany. I think that me stopping those things is what brought on my anxiety. That probably brought things out of me because I was no longer doing extra things. So those are the few things that I've done in the past, and those are the things that I want to bring back. If you guys suffer from anxiety and panic attacks, please let me know in the comment box below. We can have a conversation about it. I do want to do a Q&A as far as my anxiety and how I deal with it in my day-to-day life and how I live. So if you guys want to do that, let me know. Sorry, you guys, I have to stop because I feel like there's a new Savvy that's on here watching. Hey, Savvy, how are you? Welcome. We're talking about my anxiety and how I deal with it. We're talking about the different things that I'm doing to try to figure out my anxiety, my triggers. We're talking about what I did in the past and how my life was a little bit more busier and how I was really focused on things and how it all stopped during the pandemic time. And me thinking as of now doing this video that was my struggle and that was one of my triggers, that I'm not as busy or focused on certain things anymore, and how I plan to bring those things back. I mentioned writing a lot. I mentioned listening to music. I mentioned making taffies. I mentioned painting nails. Oh, I read. I read books as well. Okay, so we were talking about those things. Okay, back on topic, okay? Because I'm going to forget some stuff. So the reading, right? I read memoirs. I read fiction, nonfiction. I read all kind of books. Of course, we all love the ratchet books, they call it. The sex, drugs, and money. of course that's interesting because that's our everyday life. So I look at and I read everything, and I read different books because it may speak to what I'm dealing with at the time. It may give me an insight on life of different things, that different ways of people coping with life that I didn't see or hear or learn from my family or my, inner circle. So I read different books for different things. I remember, I'm going to jump off and give you a little story snippet, and then we'll jump back to the music. I was going on a date. Yes, I went on a date, you guys, to Chickies and Pete's at this time. And we walked in and we sat down. We ordered a drink. I think I got a chocolate martini, and I forget what he got. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. And that was the last date. Didn't see him again after that. And probably like within a half hour of us sitting there talking or whatever, this lady walks in. And this lady happens to be Brenda L. Thomas. You guys, if you know about her, look her books up. Okay? She is amazing. So while we were there, she walks in, she walks to the back, and people in the back, we just thinking that these are regular people just coming to the bar. I'm sorry, Chickies and Pete's to eat and drink. But they were all there for her book signing. And we didn't know that. So I'm like, oh, it's a book signing. Okay. Who is this Brenda lady? You know what I did? I jump on Google. Brenda L. Thomas. So her one book, I believe it was called Lifting My Burdens. And what I'll do is I will link her book in the description box below so you guys can go to her book. But I read her book, and when I read her book, it was a page turner. I read that book probably within 2 days. But her life spoke to my life because my mom was on drugs for most of my life, but she was the mother on drugs. And I kind of felt like I can see her life. Well, I can see my mom's life a little bit through her words and her vision. And that helped me to understand my mom a lot more. And the thing that I applauded about her in the book is the many of trials and tribulations that she went through, and how many times people tried to shoot her down, and she never gave up. She kept going within her addiction, y'all. Like, this lady was making money. She's working at a good company. She had good people in her life, and she also had a lot of struggles. So I think that we can read the book again together. If you guys want to read the book, let me know, and we'll get the book again, and we'll do like a book club reading so we can all read it together, talk about it together, because I loved that book. And that's a book that I would read over and over again. I think I read the book 4 times already, but this was years ago, but I still remember certain things in the book, and I remember the overall reason as to why I wanted to read that book. So then I started searching her other books, and I started reading her other books. Her other books are good as well, but that book stood out to me the most. So yes, you guys need to go and read that book. So like I said, yes, I do read books. I always read books. Depending on what's going on. I used to have a big library of books until I felt like, Savoya, you're a hoarder. Remember I said that? I said I hoard cups, but I also hoard books.